This video is intended as a general overview of epoxy flooring. Please read our system information sheet for details on coverage and application. BD Classic manufactures a full line of epoxy floor coatings to meet any industrial or decorative flooring need. Our epoxies are used on garage floors, commercial kitchens, auto dealerships, shop floors, butcher shops, bathrooms, warehouse floors, commercial floors, and food storage areas. Systems can be designed to meet almost any need. Some tools you will need for an epoxy floor installation are mixers, notch trowels, rollers, and mohair roller covers. You may prepare the surface by degreasing and by acid washing, but BD Classic recommends shot blasting as the preferred method for effective surface preparation. Edges are ground using a diamond cup. Cracks are cut out using a diamond blade. Using the pre-measured kits of 7200 crack patch gel, mix equal parts of A resin with B hardener in a clean bucket until a uniform color is achieved. Fill in the cracks and voids using the 7200 gel. Combine the 1200 epoxy primer into a bucket. Blend using a low RPM Jiffy mixer. After the epoxy is completely combined, usually in 3 to 5 minutes, pour the material onto the surface. Use a brush for the edges. Continue to trowel out using the notched trowel. Backroll the epoxy using a non-shedding 1/4 inch mohair type roller cover. Continue adding fresh batches along the edge and be sure to drain the bucket. Give special attention when applying epoxy along the edges. In warm temperatures above 75 degrees, you must move quickly as the epoxy will cure rapidly. Again, backroll once to ensure the epoxy is laid evenly. Depending on the primer used, the floor will dry in 2 to 12 hours. Within 24 hours, mix and apply the second coat, which may serve as your final coat. Use the 100% solids 3100 epoxy as your top coat. Backroll the surface evenly. The epoxy will generally self-level. Use caution not to apply too thick as the material will run to the low spots. Aggregate may be added to make the surface more skid resistant. A sample should be provided to confirm the texture. Allow the epoxy to cure, usually 24 hours before light foot traffic and 72 hours before vehicular traffic. Additional coats of epoxies or chemical resistant urethane may be applied within 24 hours. Paint chips may be applied into the second coat for a more decorative finish. Chips may be sprinkled lightly or broadcast to refusal, covering the entire surface while it is wet. The final texture will vary depending on how the chips are spread. Golf spikes are used to walk onto the wet epoxy. After the epoxy is cured, sweep, scrape, and blow the excess chips from the surface for reuse. Mix the clear 3100 epoxy top coat into a clean bucket for 3 to 4 minutes at low RPMs. Apply the clear epoxy top coat over the surface by brushing the edges neatly. Immediately pour the remaining mix along the edges. Trowel and roll the material evenly at approximately 200 to 300 square feet per gallon. The texture will vary depending on how thick the clear coat is applied. In general, it is best to apply multiple thin coats. For the ultimate gloss, UV protection and chemical resistance, apply our CRU, a 2-component chemical resistant urethane. Be sure to mix evenly for 3 to 4 minutes and apply evenly at 300 to 500 square feet per gallon. With a variety of epoxy floor coating systems, BD Classic will meet the need of the most challenging floor coating project. For more information, contact your local BD Classic distributor or contact us directly at 1-800-543-8551.